Right, so day two. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning here in New York, and so I'm just going to give you a quick report back on what we did yesterday for the AdForum Summit on Tuesday. So it was day two. Day two is always quite a day because it seems to be a much busier day. I mean, Monday was a long day, but Tuesday seems to be a busier day. We seem to do more, and we saw more agencies, which was quite interesting. So the first up was the Stagwell Group, and within Stagwell, we met with Forsman and Bodeforce, and we also met with Anomaly. So Stagwell gave us a very good update on their results. Their first quarter results, very good. I mean, they're a listed entity. They're one of the few holding companies that's doing well. They've just grown and grown and grown. What's also interesting, they told us, is when they get to 5 billion turnover, they're at 3 billion at the moment. When they get to 5 billion turnover, they're then going to stop and decide what they want to do next, because they don't just want to grow for the sake of growing. I found that very interesting and very informative. And I think there are lessons to be learned here. And they've certainly been watching what's been happening with the other big holding companies. So we then had a session with Anomaly. Now, Anomaly is a really wonderful agency with a strong history. They've been going for 23 years. The founder is still very involved, and they have got their unique model, which they've used right from the very beginning. The founder doesn't believe in timesheets. So that was a great session. Forsman Bodeforce, of course, the Swedes, they gave us an update, got a new creative leadership. And again, interesting that the way the Swedes work, it's not a hierarchical top-down structure. The chief creative officer is there to support everybody else. So it's the inverted model is quite an interesting one. From there, we went on to BCCP, who were very sweet and gave us all this lovely little teddy to remind us of them, which is really great. What a great agency, fabulous. They've grown so much, and they're now also been going for about 23 years. They're one of the largest independents in the world, if not the largest, 1,500 people now, 9 locations. Showed us some brilliant work. Of course, that's what they're known for. And they repeat their mantra, which nothing works unless everything works. So it's all about full integration, all about making sure everything works together, and coming up with some really fabulous new things and ways of working. So I'll share more on that, the bad habits that they are challenging and overcoming. Those will be interesting for you to hear about later in June. Then we had an outing to the Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. I'd never been there, of course, so exciting. And it's everything you think it will be. It's a huge stadium. It was fascinating. And we went there because the next agency we were seeing is Jung van Matt, which is a creative agency with also a sports specialization. They're also very strong with automotive, interestingly enough. German agency, but have been in the States for a number of years. And in fact, they are in 11 locations. They were founded in 1991, and they opened in the States in 2022. So they've done pretty well. So we had a really good session with them. We had a tour of the Yankee Stadium itself, and all quite exhausted by the time we got back into our coach. And then we headed back into New York, into Manhattan, for our final session with Uncommon, agency that we all love, and of course, the most brilliant work. And so we had an update from them, how they've been doing. They still have their 3 locations, London, New York, and Stockholm. They're doing very well. They're growing very nicely. Nice report back. And nice people, very open, very keen to discuss what they're doing and to share with us. And I think that's what's important. They want to work with the consultants in order to grow, in order to develop, and in order for us to be able to help them. And that's the way we like to work with agencies. So yes, so I had a day of contrast. So here's my baseball and here's my teddy. And that kind of sums up the different cultures of Tuesday. Okay, so I need to get ready now I've got a client meeting to have with South Africa before I go on to get on the bus for the next round of meetings today. And this afternoon, we'll be meeting with WPP, which is going to be very interesting in view of all the changes that are being reported on as we speak. Okay, so bye for now and see you all tomorrow.